How to start having good days again when you decide to reset your life as an adult. Of course, some of my videos reach people like me, and I think it's very important to distinguish when I say resetting as an adult, I mean for the people that maybe already had a plan in mind or grew up their entire lives following the dreams of their parents or of people that were outside, that they basically didn't follow their own goals. How do you get to rediscover yourself? Build a life even as a 25-year-old, a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, whatever it is. You have the ability to reset at any time, even during the day. You can reset 12 times if you need to. Any situation that you encounter, you can immediately say, no, not in my world. No, this doesn't happen in my world. Don't give any energy or attention to it. But how do you, as someone who has decided to reset your life again, or for the first time, decide to start having a good day? How do you have a good day? How do you get the life where you see these people waking up and having tons of sales for their business, or getting lots of clients, or getting a lot of bookings, getting a lot of, I don't know, donations, something, whatever, at least some form of indication that they're making progress. I talked about this in my last video. You might be going through a period of silence, complete silence. I know that I feel like I'm in the in-between of going through silence versus, I guess, going through silence and finally seeing the results of my hard work, but it's a little bit different than before. This is why I talked about being honest with yourself, because what we're going to talk about today in this video, how to have a successful day, the value of being honest with yourself when it comes to manifestation and not doing the thing where people say you need to think positive all the time, positive frequency, that's how you attract things. I feel like this is a completely wrong approach for most people. How to bring in financial success into your life in a realistic way, that is a way that has worked for me as someone who is, I guess, wants to be a millionaire. I talked about this. I don't necessarily want to be a millionaire, but I want the freedom of having a lot of money. I just want the freedom aspect. How do you, as a moral person, as a person who values ethics and has their own integrity, do this? So let's talk about it. First of all, talking about having a great day, defining what a great day means to you. Set the tone for the day instead of saying, I'm going to have a great day, because sometimes great days aren't the happy days. They don't really feel the best. You might feel exhausted on a great day. Great day sets up the expectation that you have to be happy, or make sure to be happy, even though on the inside I feel like crap and I'm suffering. And suffering is what we want to remove. Suffering, punishment, resentment, guilt, all of these heavy emotions will stop you from receiving your blessings. Any form of abundance will be stopped when you don't let these things go. And I don't think you need to drastically say, no, I let everything go. I need to release it. No, let's be honest with ourselves. Be honest is the first step. Be honest with how you feel about yourself. Do you feel like you are someone who could set their price to $40 an hour, $50 an hour, $100 an hour? If I were to truly ask you, can you set your prices to $100 per hour right now? No matter what job you work, what would you respond? Like, what is your initial reaction? Because I know that for me, and I asked myself this question even this morning, and I was like, my initial reaction, my body kind of tenses. I feel a little bit uncomfortable at the thought of it, because I'm like, what in the world, what type of value would I have to provide to be comfortable setting a price for $100 an hour, and what type of clients would accept that in this economy? Actually, though, those clients do exist, and I haven't set my prices to $100 yet, but I've been slowly raising my prices, and the slowly raising my prices thing is something that helps me to not feel uncomfortable with the idea of earning more. This is my way, my honest way of approaching earning more financially and my form of financial abundance. It might be gradual at first, but overcoming the idea of truth. Truth is so important. You cannot manifest from the idea of faking your emotions. I know that it's said a lot on manifestation channels, affirmation channels. Essentially have to brainwash yourself into thinking, oh, every day's an amazing day. I'm always happy. I'm always grateful. It's not realistic though, and it's not human. It's not human to expect yourself to always be happy. And in fact, one of the amazing things about life is the duality of emotional experiences, that you're not always going to be happy. Everything is fleeting. Success is fleeting. Nothing lasts forever. And that's what's so amazing about it. Because you're going to go through periods of success. You're going to go through periods where you feel your lowest. And it might feel longer than other periods. But you're going to have another season. Seasons come and go. And all of these experiences are meant for you. You are exactly meant to experience the lows and the highs. Because the contrast is what creates the fulfillment, the appreciation, and the enjoyment. The ability to truly appreciate and enjoy the duality of life and the process of becoming, rather than just pursuing the goal. Because if you were to imagine you have everything tomorrow, I swear most people would be bored. They would be bored of it. I think maybe the financial abundance would feel great to come tomorrow, but let's say that you already made it as a successful, for me, it would be a successful artist, a successful singer, a successful dancer, whatever it is for you, painter, business owner, whatever it is. I'm sure that the aspect, if you truly enjoy what you do, the aspect of kind of hustling and getting yourself out there is something you would miss. So maybe the financial part would be great to have tomorrow, but enjoying the process and the duality and being truthful and honest with yourself is the highest frequency. Authenticity is the highest frequency. The universe wants you to be you because there is no other higher frequency than you. You are the thing. You are the amazing thing. And when you start adopting a mindset of thinking, life is on my side, life is working with me. That's why I don't like the phrase of, how's life treating you lately? Let's change that. Let's change that. Instead of, how's life treating you? Or why is this happening to me? That's why we say, why is this happening for me? Right? What is life doing for me? Life is working for you. You are the commander at the end of the day. So instead of starting your day saying, let's have a great day, let's have a successful day. Because I wrote that for today, let's have a successful day, or today's going to be a successful day. And I swear it was one of the most productive days that I've had in a long time. I got this energy from the depths of my soul that I don't even know where that came from. I was on my hands and knees washing my floor before I did all of my business activities. I put in my whole Excel worksheet of all the sales that have come in over the last year. I did a bunch of bulk creation for video content for all of my different businesses. And I was like, today I said something different. I didn't say today's going to be a great day. I said today's going to be a successful day. Maybe I could have even phrased it as today's going to be a very productive day, but I think successful. Successful because I know what that means to me. Successful means that I did every little aspect of the things that I want to create, even if it meant only making 2 videos for one thing and 2 videos for the other thing. It took me 2 hours to edit one video. I mean, fulfillment for me, because these are videos that are creating long-term value. It was a video for my other business, but the idea is when you set the tone, I want the day to be successful. Watch how fast this transforms. Today is a successful day. Not today is a good day, today's a great day, today's the best day of my life. That affirmation used to work for me and it doesn't work for me anymore. I think I've upgraded spiritually to the point where I need something more, but not even more. I need something realistic. Not in a pessimistic way, but realistic. For me to be able to bring something into my life, and I'm sure it's the same for you if you're just like me, you have to know reality, truth, honesty, transparency with yourself is the highest vibration, the highest way that you will ever be able to manifest anything significant into your life ever. Be honest with yourself and start asking yourself the questions that you're afraid to ask. So if today you have a thought that comes up and it's one of the most shadow aspects, horrible, terrible thoughts that you've ever said to yourself, don't run away. Ask yourself, why do I feel like that? Why do I feel like if I were to set my prices higher, someone would end up canceling me? I'd be slandered all over the internet for my prices, that I'd end up being called like, I don't know, like a scammer, blah, blah, blah. The worst things I can think of, I'm thinking about that about myself. Why do I feel that way? Invite yourself to ask these difficult questions and get to know what your subconscious really thinks of yourself. It's a shadow aspect. Be able to observe those thoughts without judging yourself. Treat it as if it's just objective. You're just a scientist observing things that are going on in your own head. These are invitations to upgrade yourself. In the silence of it all, use those opportunities, because once you create that identity and you get rid of those little bugs, those shadow aspects, they're part of you too, but they're not you. Maybe those thoughts that you have don't even belong to you. They belong to somebody else, somebody else's projection of a thought onto you. Knowing that none of these thoughts are yours. The thoughts in your head, they're also not yours, and they're not you. They come and go, let them pass. Let them pass. Don't be afraid to let them fester, but thoughts are meant, especially thoughts like those, they're meant to be experienced and moved through. Let yourself have those thoughts, because once you do that, the universe always rewards the hard work of doing shadow work. It doesn't just reward the effort you put into your business, the effort you put in at work, the effort that you put into your content, whatever. It doesn't just reward that. It rewards self-development more than anything. Because if you detach yourself from your business and everything else, who is left at the end of the day? You'll realize that the journey of becoming financially stable and abundant is a lot more about a spiritual and self-development journey and identity journey than it is about anything else. And I don't know about the people that end up making it overnight, whatever it is, where they just say it's magic and it just happened for me like this. I don't believe that would be my story. I just don't believe it. Like, I do believe I can get an increasing amount of sales overnight, but I don't think I'm that person that just gets rewarded for no reason. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. But what I truly believe is that I'm honest with myself to say, if I didn't have to work a day in my life for the rest of my life, I'd be miserable. Because I get fulfillment from helping other people. I get fulfillment by being a natural teacher. I am a nurturer, a teacher. If I could say anything, I'd feel great only working 3 hours a day for every single day for the rest of my life. That would be okay. Being honest with yourself just like that, I think, is one of the most valuable things you can do for yourself, instead of just striving for the idea of being a millionaire. Because for me, no amount of money, there's not a specific amount of money that I would like to fund my lifestyle. I want to pay my rent. I want to have the freedom to focus on my creative aspects. I want the freedom to not worry about things. I want the freedom to be able to bless people without worrying about if I have enough. I just want the freedom. Freedom is what I value the most in my set of values. And getting closer to that means being honest to yourself. I talked about the ability to decide. The ability to decide that today is a successful day. The ability and the power of decision. The act of deciding is so incredible. Deciding there is no plan B. Today is a successful day because there's no plan B. I don't accept anything else. Setting the standard in your own life is incredibly powerful. Say it with me. If you just sit with yourself and say, I decide that today is a successful day. I decided that today is a successful day. That's it. Because I said so. There is no plan B. Watch your day transform. Even if it's not a lot of output, even if it's only one thing, watch how much more fulfilled you will feel in your day, rather than saying, today is a perfect day, la 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 la. Doesn't work for me anymore. Doesn't work for you anymore. Then you need to set the tone for a successful day. And stay true to your vision. If you have a vision, the goal is to stay aligned in that vision. Not to always be happy, not to always be jolly, and forget that you have problems or forget that you don't feel great right now. Experiencing your emotions is very important. Alchemizing those emotions is even more important. But setting the tone that I am going to make sure that my vision never leaves my head. not the emotion. You don't need to always feel grateful and always feel happy, because life isn't like that. There's going to be frustrations, but only thinking like this. For example, if my goal is to be able to have an apartment with sunshine, I want to be on a higher floor. I want my view to be of a specific landmark, a beautiful one. Then I already visited that landmark. I already know what that place looks like. It's real in my mind. I've been to this place. I've been to it physically. Every time my feelings stray, I have to come back and remind myself, no. This is for my very beautiful apartment. Whenever I vacuum my apartment in the morning, I do my cleaning routine in the morning, I'm literally imagining as if I'm cleaning, and I'm just like, I'm cleaning so much, and I'm like vacuuming, I'm lifting up all the furniture, I'm scrubbing behind the little corners, because I'm like, this is my, in theory, $1 million apartment. So I'm like, I better keep it really clean, right? Like, I want to show that I appreciate it. So I'm cleaning my non-$1 million apartment like it's a $1 million apartment. And yes, even if I had a $1 million apartment, I would want some form or some responsibility to take in the cleaning. I don't think I would hire a cleaner. I would love to clean my new apartment. So I'm cleaning it, imagining that it is the $1 million apartment that we have. Like that. Just like that. It's so simple, right? But it's powerful because it connects to the heart. Because I'm cleaning, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is not my little apartment anymore. This is my $1 million floor right here, right? And imagining it from that perspective is so incredibly powerful. So every time I lose my track of thought and I kind of slip into the old mindset where I've already said bye to her, I've already said thank you for getting me up to this point, but I don't need you anymore, I love you, and I let you go. This new version of me is here, the version of me who is used to all of the abundance, the version of me that's used to the financial abundance, the version of me that's used to these beautiful places, beautiful apartments that I watch videos about in the mornings and in the evenings. Watching people go on trips, travel trips, the freedom to just get up and decide, hey, I want to go. I want to go to the beach. And I keep that in mind. When you stick so true to the vision, despite the current circumstances, you're creating something powerful because you're making your future reality a part of the now. Because in fact, the future doesn't exist. The past doesn't really truly exist. The only moment that we know that exists is right here, right now. So if you don't let yourself experience pieces of it right now, it'll be hard for you to imagine actually having it for the future. Give yourself pieces. Borrow pieces of your future experience, your future self for the present, because it is already yours. It is already your experience. Imagining that you are living your current life as if, sounds outlandish, but you're 90 years old and someone says, hey, I'm going to give you a pill and it's going to give you the ability to go back to when you were 20 and 30 years old, whatever. I'm going to give you this opportunity to go back in time. Living your life as if you already know that it's happening. It's already there for you. Your $1 million house, apartment, trips, whatever lifestyle already exists. So living your current life as if you are reliving your youth as a 90-year-old, knowing that you've already made it. If you act from that place, can you imagine how incredible you're going to feel, how carefree you're going to feel on a daily basis? Because you're like, this doesn't, like, the things I'm stressing about, they don't matter anyways. I'm not going to even remember what I went through on July 28th at 4 p.m., the thing I was about to cry about. I'm not even going to remember that in 50 years. I'm not going to remember it at all. So living your life as if it's actually not that serious. It's not that deep. All these things I'm worried about, it's not that deep. I'm not even going to remember it, and I know I'm going to be okay because I'm okay. Living your life like that, imagine how different your decisions would be. How many different things that you would try. How many different things you would even say no to and not waste your time. You only have this one life once. This version of you only exists one time. So, get honest with yourself. Set the expectation of a successful day, not a great day, a successful day, or a productive day. Then, set the standard to stick to your vision even if it's crazy. Stick to your vision. You're cooking your toast, even though you wish that you could have eggs Benedict and a full, set out 5-star hotel breakfast. You better eat that toast with jam as if it is that breakfast and enjoy it as so. Enjoying the little things, stopping on the street to look at the sun shining and the wind blowing. Taking time to appreciate moments like that, because if you sit and take the time to actually enjoy these moments, you'll be able to call in more of those moments to you because it's your norm and it'll be your reality. Set the standard and don't be afraid to reset. You can reset as many times as you need to. Reborn on a daily basis. As the sun rises and sets, so do you. If you want to know exactly how to reset, check the link in the description or check the pinned comment down below to get your adult reset blueprint that I made with my experiences. I put so much love into every single page. I hope to be able to educate you in the way that I wish someone would have educated me. You have the ability. You can do it. I'll see you in the next video.